I'm out here trying to build up my match fitness for what will be a absolutely epic trip later on in about July, August this year. A group of us are planning to fly from Steep Point to Bryon Bay. That's across the widest part of Australia from west to east. On the road it's 5,000 kilometres, 5,011. I've got a driver, Sue, quite confident in her. It is a huge commitment in terms of time, but also in terms of the sorts of skills that people need to have. I'm quite excited about the trip that is coming up. It's a huge commitment. Probably in terms of time, might be 4 or 5 weeks. On a previous trip we managed to average 180 kilometres per day. So if we do that, I think it comes out at about 35 days. As I said, it is a huge commitment, both in terms of the physical demands of flying. Some of us would like to do 3 trips a day, which will be physically quite demanding. To do that, need to leave really early in the morning before sunrise, do a 2-hour flight or a 3-hour flight, land, refuel and get in the air. That landing and refueling needs to be really quick, maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and then maybe get another 2-hour flight before it gets too thermic. Then we'll land, rest, have lunch, drink plenty of water, repair our equipment, and then get ready for another flight in the afternoon, if we can. The idea of flying across in July, August, is that will give us the most chance of tailwind for the majority of the flight. If you can get a decent tailwind, you can cover a huge amount of distance fairly quickly. That's especially true if you've got multiple people flying together and cooperating, because they can test out the tailwind at different altitudes, and then everyone can go to the best altitude. Just makes it so much more efficient. I'm currently at 1,000 foot above ground level, and I just saw a butterfly flying past. The butterfly is making good time. It's got quite a tailwind. The Across Australia by Paramotor trip will be a huge achievement. It'll be a huge achievement in terms of just the skills of flying in a variety of conditions, landing at unknown locations. It'll be a huge achievement in terms of just physical endurance, doing 2 flights or 3 flights day on day for 30 or 40 days. It will be a huge achievement in terms of logistics, just managing to get everyone organised roughly at the same time. We're not necessarily going to fly together, but if we do have groups of 2 cars together, that will increase the safety quite a bit. That's especially true if you have multiple pilots in a group. If you've got 2 cars, you can use one of those. Could be the sweep car that follows the last pilot, and the other car is the refueling car that goes ahead with the first pilots, gets to the landing, and is ready to allow them to do a fast refuel. There we're pointing down towards Bateman's Bay, down the King's Highway. The road you can see down under is to Tarago. Some nasty looking clouds ahead. The wind farms. Over there you'll see Lake George. That's the south end of Lake George. We're now heading back west past Bungendore to my landing, and I'm going 35 knots. So I've got a reasonable tailwind. As I said, I am getting ready for the huge trip that we're planning later on this year across Australia by Paramotor from west to east, about 5,000 kilometres by road. It'll probably take us about 35 or 40 days if we can average 180k per day, which is quite a decent amount.